Around the new year, we often come up with these big plans of these things we want to get done. And I think that it's easy as we come up with those big plans to kind of get ourselves in over our head. And it's not because that big plan is something that you would actually be unable to accomplish. It's just that when we're planning so big that we're setting ourselves up for failure, that we're not focused on the little things that we need to do on a consistent basis that are going to lead us to that success that we desire. And so today I want to share with you a lesson in the power of tiny actions and how building powerful habits often starts with just the littlest things. And those little things can completely transform your life and help you reach things that you might set out as goals, but they're going to help you reach those things in a way that's much more stable and sustainable, and it leads you to that success and transforms you in major positive ways for the long run. I want to start with a simple habit that completely changed my life, especially my health. On September 1st, 2016, I started weighing myself every day and just entering the weight and the time of day into a spreadsheet. And it turned into a morning ritual where I wake up, I usually make my coffee, I have a sip of coffee before I go step on the scale. And then I step on the scale and I enter that information into a spreadsheet that I have linked as a shortcut on my phone. And at the time my body composition very much skewed towards more fat, less fit, and I wasn't being very healthy, and I wasn't making very healthy decisions in terms of fitness and food and stuff. And yeah, I'd gone to the gym and lifted weights off and on and so on, but I wasn't really taking care of myself physically. And I did not make a decision at that point that I was going to start taking care of myself physically. I didn't make a resolution to start working out every day or, eat only whatever foods I determined were healthy or whatever. I just decided to weigh myself every day. Now, very quickly, I ended up losing about 30 pounds. And I did intend to lose weight, right? I was careful not to let it become an unhealthy obsession with that number on the scale. And in fact, since then, I've put back on about 20 of those pounds, but I've done it in a way where it's mostly been lean muscle mass in terms of, or lean mass. So I have remained fit while also adding pounds on the scale. So it's not necessarily about the weight, it's about the consciousness that it brings every day towards this positive habit of taking care of myself physically so that my body can be healthy going forward. And it started with that little tiny action of just weighing myself, like making a commitment to weigh myself every day and put the number in a spreadsheet. And then that habit turned into lots of other things. Like I have a daily meditation habit that I do shortly after weighing myself. I go sit on my meditation cushion, often with a journal. So it's not just like silent meditation or mantra meditation. Often there's a lot of journaling involved. In fact, I spent about 40 minutes this morning journaling, sitting on my meditation cushion. But at the beginning, that started as a 3-minute daily meditation habit, 5-minute daily meditation habit, just sitting there and paying attention to my breath for a couple minutes before getting up and moving on with my day. And again, it starts with tiny actions. And the more that I've done things like this, the more I've realized you are what you do consistently. And the results that you get in life also are a manifestation of what you are doing consistently. And so if you want better relationships, spending time consistently cultivating relationships. If you want better finances, spending time consistently cultivating better financial habits. If you want, better health, doing things consistently to bring awareness to and pay attention to and take care of your health, right? How do you spend your time? Where do you put your attention on a day-to-day basis, on a consistent basis? Are you spending your time scrolling Facebook or some other infinite scroll or infinite novelty website or app or whatever online that's just designed to give you that dopamine deluge of constant discovery? Or do you spend your time consistently in intentional activities where you are creating value in the world, or where you are expressing yourself, or where you are discovering yourself or learning, right? Where are you putting that attention? How are you spending your time, and what actions do you consistently take? If you spend hours per day like lost in scrolling the news or whatever it is, right? Whatever that habit is where you're just feeding that dopamine deluge, you're going to struggle to get the results that you want. But if you are consistently creating value in the world, if you're consistently growing yourself, if you're consistently connecting with people and helping bring joy to other people's lives, if you're consistently lifting other people up, you'll find yourself lifted up as well. And it all comes down to not some big resolution or some massive goal that you're going to set for yourself. Yes, those are important, but the way that those are going to happen, the way that those are going to be implemented in your life, the way that those things are going to be achieved is through, again, the power of tiny actions. But what about marketing? Like, this is breakthrough marketing secrets. And, sometimes when I go off on episodes like this, I think, Roy, maybe this shouldn't be called breakthrough marketing secrets, right? But these tiny actions do have incredible relevance when it comes to marketing. We, in the relationship that we have with our audience, with our market, with our prospects, we train responsiveness or non-responsiveness into them. And one of the things that I love about direct response marketing, if you make the intention that there will always be a next action, there will always be a place for someone to go, there will always be a next link for someone to click, there will always be some kind of response expected. What you're doing, even if that response is not buying something, what you're doing is you are training responsiveness. You're training people to go to a destination, to respond to your message, to send in information, etc. Right? And that trained responsiveness, it can take place on a very small level, like click this link. And I think of those as micro conversions. So if you build out a funnel, obviously the destination of somebody spending a lot of money in the funnel might be what the ultimate conversion is. But every little step that they take along the way is something that's measurable as a micro conversion. It is a type of response. It is a tiny action that we want to support. We want to get our prospects continually taking tiny actions with our marketing, because those tiny actions will eventually lead to the bigger action. And so doing things like creating valuable content and sending people to get more information from a specific place and all of that, when we do that with the expectation that what we're doing is we're getting people to take action on a consistent basis in response to our marketing messaging, well, that becomes reality. And so then when we put out some kind of offer to our audience and we say, here's how you buy this, right? That becomes reality too, that they actually spend money with us. And so in the context of marketing, let's not forget that this is all just as relevant. This is relevant as a personal development. It really, what works in marketing is what works to motivate and appeal to human beings. And what works in personal growth is what works to motivate and appeal to human beings, primarily us, right? So we want to, in all areas of our life, including marketing, cultivate the habit of tiny positive actions. Tiny actions, small actions that lead people towards the positive outcome, leads us to the positive outcome that we want most. And so we make a decision, right? We say, I want this outcome. Oh, if I do this little activity, it's going to get me this much closer to the outcome. And then we take the action, right? Decision, action, decision, action. And it really is a feedback loop. And, just so you know, like, this is something I'm implementing on a regular basis. I just set up a habit tracker on my phone, and it's called the Loop Habit Tracker. There's a lot of them out there, and they're all pretty good. But specific on this habit tracker, there's two things that I have it ask at 4 a.m. So as soon as I wake up, it's there as a prompt on my phone. One is, have you drank water? Have you drank a glass of water today? That's a little thing that you can do every morning to take care of yourself. I'm not saying drink a gallon of water or anything like that, but just wake up, drink some water, right? And in my case, I want to wait. I actually have a glass, I have a glass near my meditation cushion that I wait until after I've weighed myself, just for consistency there, right? But the whole point is to drink a glass of water very early in the day as a tiny action towards taking care of myself. The other thing is I have it asked because I noticed, speaking of tiny actions that can be negative as well as positive, I noticed that I had been spending time where I open up my phone maybe to see if there are any messages or anything before I get out of bed. And then I spend time reading, like I'll read the news or open up Reddit or something before I get out of bed. And I will spend half an hour in bed. And I didn't like that habit that I had developed. And so one of the prompts that appears on my phone at 4 a.m., so it's there when I wake up pretty much every day, is it asks me if I got out of bed without reading anything on my phone. And that is a tiny positive action that I can do to start my day better, right? Doesn't matter when I get up. If I spend a bunch of time in bed and feel like I can't get up and I'm just scrolling, that's a negative way to start my day. Positive way to start my day is, hey, wake up and get up out of bed. And so that's just tracking little positive, tiny actions, habits that I know will lead to a better life going forward. There's a book that is a great reminder for these tiny actions. And it's called The 5-Second Rule by Mel Robbins. And, it's a good book. It's worth going through. But the major gist of it is just start. And the 5-second rule is count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and just do it. Just do it. I've used that to get out of bed. I've used that for lots of positive things, right? But if you have something that you need to take action on, you can just count down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and do it. And that is how you do these positive tiny actions and do them consistently. And as you do that, what happens is you end up training yourself that this is who I am. So for example, going back to the beginning, before I started weighing myself every day, September 1st, 2016, before that, who I was somebody that just kind of ate too much junk food and all of that, right? Didn't take care of myself. And then it turned into, I'm somebody who pays attention to and takes care of my health, right? And the tiny action of paying attention to my weight every day turned into, that healthy habit. And again, like I had to be careful that it didn't turn into some obsession with my weight and the pounds on the scale, et cetera. But it did turn into positive focus on maintaining a healthy life for me. Now, my call to action for you at the end of this episode is to ask yourself, how can you use this? What tiny actions might you want to start implementing in your life today in order to move yourself consistently towards the life that you most desire and the results that you most desire in life? Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you want more content like this, you can subscribe here. You can also go to breakthroughmarketingsecrets.com to sign up for my daily emails, including episode notifications and more. And if you want to go even deeper into this, including how to process and deal with some of the resistance that often comes up subconsciously to taking these tiny actions in pursuit of positive change in your life, my Training Your Subconscious Success Mechanism training is a powerful way. It shares with you powerful tools to help you do that so that your subconscious and your conscious can work together towards creating the life that you want, towards those tiny actions that will lead to big results in the end. I'm Roy Furr, this Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Thank you, and I look forward to seeing you again in my next episode. See you soon. Bye. Thank you once again for tuning in to this daily episode of Breakthrough Marketing Secrets. Remember, check out the links with this episode for even more value. Now make sure you like, comment, share, subscribe, and engage in every way you can to keep this show going and growing and delivering daily value to you. I'll catch you soon for your next big breakthrough.